Welcome to Cougnation. Tonight we recap highlights and results from across Cougar athletics.
Bring you behind the scenes with lacrosse.
And Adam Conley joins us on the phone for an exclusive interview. All that and more here on Cougnation.
The end is never the end.
Touchdown, Washington State.
A test no man could be prepared for. A new hell he must conquer and destroy. A new level of growth he must confront himself. The machine and the ghost within.
It is, in fact, Anderson. Anderson able to hold on for the victory.
I'm Marissa Huff.
And I'm Brady Bonser. Welcome to this week's episode of Cougnation, the all-new sports show that's all Coug all the time.
Before we get into the games that happened since our last episode, a little act of charity went a long way from our men's hockey team. Cougs and Dogs alike never thought they would be hearing this, but UW is sending a big thanks to WSU. The Cougs men's hockey team just donated to the UW Hockey Development Fund to help send the team to national championship regionals. This is the first time the Dogs qualified the championship, and the Cougs decided to lend a big helping hand. Way to go, Cougs.
Washington State baseball went into full swing this past Friday with the season opener against the number 34 ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs. In the end, it was a 6-2 final with Mississippi State winning the first of the three-game series. There was a doubleheader on Sunday where WSU's senior Tommy Richards delivered a two-run single in the top of the 13th inning to give the Cougars a 6-5 victory over Mississippi State and their first win of the season. The Cougars lost the second game of the doubleheader 5-4. Mississippi State ended up taking the series 2-1. WSU will play their home opener in a doubleheader against Nebraska-Omaha, which I am really excited for.
I am definitely looking forward to this season. I'm very excited for baseball. Speaking of baseball, we are joined on the phone today by former Coug pitcher Adam Conley. As a freshman, Conley struck out 26 of 37 innings, including a game against Portland where he only allowed 5 hits. He's joining us today here on Cougnation over the phone from his home in Florida. Hi, Adam. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, thanks.
So right off the bat, we want to know, what is it like hearing your name called and being drafted by the Florida Marlins?
You want to go on the first day, and that didn't happen. On the second day of the draft, you start seeing names go by, and you're starting to wonder why your name's not getting called. And I guess confidently about myself, I started to think why other guys were getting a call and not me. I felt like I deserved that. And finally, my name got called, and it was by the Marlins. I know the area scout who got me. His name's Gabe Sandy. Really good friends with him. To be honest with you, I didn't know that they had an interest in me, and I didn't think that was going to be the team that would pick me up. But the first feeling I had after I heard my name called was absolute relief. After that, I don't really know what went through my head. It was just, like I said, an overwhelming relief.
How was the transition from playing college ball to Major League ball? And you can also speak for Kendall as well, because it must be tough moving to a new state for her as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be really honest. Life was simple for us when we moved down here. We moved as far away from Washington as you can get, and we brought 4 suitcases with us. I moved into an unfurnished apartment. For the first month we were down here, we didn't have a TV or a couch or anything, and life was really simple. I mean, it was a blessing in disguise. We came down here and had all the time in the world to spend with each other and to kind of learn the area a little bit. There was still a couple of guys down here on the team. There was a mini camp that happened after we were down here that lasted about 10 days. We got a chance to meet a few people and hang out with some people, and after that, we just had a whole lot of time to really get to know each other better. I couldn't pay attention to each other, and it was really great. We really enjoyed it.
Playing your first year of ball in the major leagues, did it meet your expectations? Was it what you thought it would be?
It definitely was different than how I pictured it going. When I first showed up, I had thrown a lot my junior year at Washington State. So when I showed up, they were really cautious about taking it easy with me. I didn't get a lot of mound time once I got down here. I thought I was going to New York, and I ended up staying in Jupiter, Florida, where their rehab facility is, basically just to get rest and to pitch with the rookie ball team. So initially I thought that I was going to be ending up in Jamestown, New York. I was down for 3 weeks when I very first signed and came down here to get tested and to throw and get acclimated to pro ball and to throwing programs and the teams and coaches and everything. So really, it was lot different than I expected it to be. I was in a completely new place. I was staying in a team hotel, with a roommate from the team, and got to know him a little bit. And I guess what I pictured was getting the call and going down there and pitching a lot, and that just didn't happen. They wanted to be really slow about it and really cautious about it and make sure that I adjusted well to the throwing program and everything like that. But I got to tell you, I really enjoyed it. The lifestyle is amazing. I love my job, and it was a really good experience for me, and I was really happy about it.
Good luck in the big leagues, and thank you so much for joining us today and taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate it.
What a great guy.
He is. I'm so excited for him. I hope he gets a lot of playing time this season. It's great to have another Coug in the Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it's good to have an alum like that, somebody to really represent us. Washington State men's basketball played their second to last home game against the Arizona State Sun Devils, and it was a game to remember. Behind great play from Brock Modem and Devontae Lacey, the Cougs jumped out to a quick 10-0 lead. Lacey finished with 17 points, just 2 points shy of his career-high 19 points set earlier in the season against the Oregon Ducks. Lacey hit 3. After 3. After 3. And ended the night 4 of 9 from behind the line. The Cougars went into the locker room at the half, leading 36-8. The 8 points are the fewest allowed by a WSU men's basketball team during the shot clock era, and it's the lowest scoring half for the Sun Devils since 1991, when they scored 11 points and a half. However, that's not the lowest scoring half in NCAA history. That record belongs to another Pac-12 school, the University of California, which was held to just 5 points in the first half during a game against Notre Dame last season. The Cougs look to keep the defensive intensity going as they play the University of Washington Huskies for the final home game of the season. It's the last game for seniors Abe Lodwig, Marcus Capers, Faisal Aiden, and Charlie Inquist.
The Cougars are really going to miss the leadership from these guys, and it's just a shame that Faisal couldn't finish the season with the rest of his teammates.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing him play the entire season this year, and it's too bad it got cut kind of short. In other news, WSU men's club lacrosse had a busy weekend during their 3-game road trip to Southern California. The Cougars played Loyola Marymount on Friday, losing 18-5, and UCLA on Sunday, losing 12-5. Their last game of the trip was against USC, which was a close one, but the Cougars couldn't pull out a victory, losing 15-12. With more on WSU men's club lacrosse is Cougnation's very own Kase Brammer.
Here on the fields at Valley Road, you won't find thousands of screaming fans. What you will find is a group of young men with the passion and motivation to succeed at the Pac-12 level.
Welcome to the fastest sport on 2 feet. By combining hockey and soccer, you get lacrosse. The WSU men's lacrosse team thrives on the leadership of 3 young athletes.
We have JT Tungsvik, who is a senior. He's from Puyallup, Washington. He transferred here from Arizona. And then at the attack position, we have Alex Garabedian. He's also a senior from Vashon Island. 4-year varsity player in high school. And he's been our second leading scorer 2 out of the 3 years that he's played here so far. And then on defense, we lean on Alex Carpenter from Maple Valley. He's as well a senior, and he just brings that experience to the club.
With players like that, the excitement for the new season is bubbling.
Yeah, we're really excited. We got a bunch of brand new freshmen that are really help our team out.
The excitement for the players is there, but why should Coug fans watch lacrosse?
It's fun to watch. It's a game you can get involved with as a fan, and you can have a lot of fun with it.
A recent trip to California has these Cougars riled up and ready to dance.
With moves like that, there's no way these Cougars could drop the ball. For Cougnation, I'm Kase Brammer.
Thanks, Kase.
Glad to have the Cougs back in action.
Yeah, it's a rough start, but it's a long season ahead of them, so.
The women's tennis team captured a W over the weekend in Lincoln, Nebraska. Junior Luda Vasilieva extended her winning streak to 15 after the Cougs defeated Miami, Ohio, and swept away her opponents with tough serves and solid backhand returns. The women swept all 3 matches, capturing the opening doubles point and closed out doubles with a win. Vasilieva posted a 6-0, 6-1 victory, pushing her record to 23-1. which is the second best start to a season in school history. The Cougars are set to return home to host BYU in the Hollingbury Fieldhouse.
Looks like we can expect a promising season from these girls.
Exciting to see how far they'll go.
We've all seen it walking from class to class. In fact, the giant crane is kind of hard to miss. As Martin Stadium gets its renovation makeover, Reid Murphy investigated further into what exactly we can expect from this new facility. Reid?
Washington State football will have a fresh look next season, with a new head coach and a highly anticipated freshman class. But a facelift for the iconic Martin Stadium may be the biggest transformation for the program.
We're adding a new press box, have all the accommodations we need for the media, 4 radio booths, 2 TV boxes, enough space to accommodate the press needs we have, as well as accommodating a Pac-12 championship game.
Stadium renovations have been ongoing since 2006, but the newest $65 million phase is the most ambitious yet. And with the arrival of Mike Leach, this phase may not be the last the venue will see.
We anticipate Coach Leach to have great success, and when we start lighting up the scoreboard and filling the stands, we have plans to add over 5,000 seats on a deck in the east end zone. And that would come when we had demand, and we would pay for it with those seating. There's been great excitement about it. Our fans and the students know that we need to continue to improve our infrastructure and all of our competition sites to remain competitive and become more competitive in the Pac-12, and people are excited about that.
The current construction phase will be completed by the first football game next season, providing the perfect venue for Mike Leach to begin his Crimson legacy.
Reporting for Cougnation, I'm Reid Murphy.
Thanks, Reid. All this facility talk takes us to this week's opinion segment, where Adam and Robin take on this topic from the student's perspective.
Hey, I'm Robin Ditch.
I'm Adam Loewy, and today we are going to be talking about sports facilities at Washington State University. Robin, start us off.
I think that it's a great opportunity that we're renovating Martin Stadium. We have a $20 million contract with Pac-12 television, and I think it's going to cut in our cost for $80 million, so I think it's a great opportunity for us.
Here's my problem. We're spending all this money on a press box and suites, and we haven't even begun the season. We haven't proved anything that we are even worthy of these renovations for Martin Stadium.
I think what we're trying to do with these renovations is bring in alumni that haven't come, give them something to look forward to. I mean, they already are looking forward to Leach. Give the recruits something they want to play with. They want to play in a stadium that's high-tech.
We can't even fill up Martin Stadium. It's the smallest stadium in the Pac-12, and we can't even fill it up halfway with the student body.
Well, here's a great example. Oregon State with Reser Stadium, they were in the same situation with us with like about 2-3 years ago, and they added 10 more thousand seats and made the stadium look really nice, and they are able to fill it up, day in, day out.
But we can't get even alumni from surrounding areas or from other cities such as Seattle and Spokane. We can't draw any fans in. We can't attract anyone in to really go to attend Martin Stadium without these renovations. How are we going to be able to attract people when these renovations come?
So what do you think? What do you think our money should be going into then?
Honestly, I think our money needs to be focused elsewhere, such as on women's soccer. Last year, women's soccer was 12-7 overall. They made it to the second round of the NCAA championship. They were 6-1 at home, a great home record. They should be getting some of this attention and more for the renovations. They deserve some of these renovations, sometimes more than other sports.
All right, well, I think that's about time for our topic. Make sure to mention us when you tweet your opinions at WSU Cougnation. We want to know what you think. But for now, it's back to the desk with you, Marissa.
Good night, Canada.
Thanks, Robin. Well, that's all we have for you this week on Cougnation. Make sure to tune in Monday, March 12th for a brand new episode and the recent highlights and news on your favorite Cougar teams.
To keep updated on Cougnation happenings in between episodes, like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter at WSU Cougnation.
Thanks again for joining us. I'm Marissa Huff.
And I'm Brady Bonser. Good night and go Cougs.